Hi, I'm Cindy Rinne, fiber artist and poet living in San Bernardino, California. Thank you to Juan Delgado and David John Boyd for inviting me to be part of the Poetry Gallery and Roundtable. Because of the pandemic world, I took online classes that combine poetry and art. These online offerings help this extrovert cope with the lockdown. In balance, I did a week solo residency in person hosted by Sant Khalsa in Joshua Tree, California to work on art and writing. During the pandemic, my art style changed. I used brighter colors and more animals inspired by shamanic journeys at Waking Seed, a center for herbal and shamanic arts in Claremont, California. My response to grief is to be creative. The Moonlight and Roses series emerged, focusing on the moon and night animals. Two pieces from this series are Ghost Moth and The Moon Looks Down. I created costume sculptures and fiber art wall pieces. I prepared for a solo show, hoping the gallery would reopen. This gave me purpose and a deadline. The exhibit opened in January 2021 at Bunny Gunner Gallery, Claremont, California, even though California shut down again. My poetry included reflections on personal trauma and trauma happening worldwide, as all cultures were affected by the virus. At the same time, nature blossomed and stories of myth continued to form. In February 2021, Four Feathers Press published Silence Between Drumbeats, a chapbook of 29 pages. All the poems and cover art were created during the pandemic. Poems address politics, eco-poetics, and constantly being at home. My Soul Wants to Sing. This art was inspired by the poem The Cycle of Incarceration from this book. Materials used in processes included organza, vintage kimono silk, hand-dyed silk, machine quilting, and hand embroidery. I pulled lines from several poems by people of color for this canto. The Cycle of Incarceration. I alone tread the red circle. All I want now is my woman back, so my soul can sing. The body is the offense, guilty of nothing but its born color. The query beneath them was, why are you alive? Circling as hunters, aim down on me while you rise, rise, rise into the blue sky, and meet me over in the next fields. This circle will be powered by my breath in hard sunsets, blood that flows black in the streets, and how many children have to bleed. Nothing, weeps nothing, dreams nothing, but my soul wants to sing. Apology shown is a padded silk dress I found on a sale rack in the desert. I mended it by hand. Then I designed collage elements and hand-stitched them onto the dress. Materials include vintage silk scarves, lame, French ribbons, markers, Nigerian lace, vintage kimono silk, African batiks, my clothes torn and upcycled, and silk ties. Many narratives, including one I'd like to share, the title poem from my book, Silence Between Drumbeats. This erasure poem based on a manifesto by Sharon Davis from her installation of Red Dresses, You Are Not Forgotten. Silence Between Drumbeats. Indigenous, death. Red symbolizes lifeblood. Women and girls, missing. Name a few. Disposable. Dresses flutter in the wind, empty, powerful, neglected. The conversation. Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be a part of this panel.